Hi class, this is Johnny Acosta, and this is my video presentation for our international business class about the Global Edge research task. I chose chapter 2, um, and the exercises read as follows. The definition of words and political ideas can have different meanings in different contexts worldwide. In fact, the Freedom in the World survey published by Freedom House evaluates the state of political rights and civil liberties around the world. Provide a description of this survey and a ranking in terms of freedom of the world's country leaders and laggards. What factors are taken into consideration? First of all, I want to talk a little bit about Freedom House, which is the one that created this survey. Um, so Freedom House is founded on the core conviction that freedom flourishes in democratic nations where governments are accountable to their people. Our research and analysis frame the policy debate in the United States and abroad on the progress and decline of freedom. As the task asked, the discussion of the survey is basically, the Freedom in the World survey assesses the condition of political rights and civil liberties around the world. This survey also provides a comprehensive analysis of state of democracy and human rights in many countries. Then the factors that are taken into consideration for this survey are: one, functioning of government, electoral process, and political pluralism and participation. And the civil liberties ratings are based on the following evaluation. Number one is freedom of expression and belief. Number two, associational and organizational rights, rule of law, and personal autonomy and individual rights. As of the ranking, I'll say the leaders first, the ones that are considered the most free of right and of civil liberties. Number one is Sweden, followed by Norway, Finland, New Zealand, Canada, Uruguay, the Netherlands, Australia, Denmark, and Ireland. And the worst countries in terms of civil rights and political liberties are Syria, South Sudan, Eritrea, Turkmenistan, North Korea, Eastern Donbass, Western Sahara, Equatorial Guinea, Crimea, Somalia, and Saudi Arabia. A little bit of the data or how they collected the information. The Freedom in the World report or survey is composed of numerical ratings and supporting descriptive text of 195 countries. For each country and territory, they analyzed electoral processes, political pluralism and participation, the functioning of the government, freedom of expression and belief, associational and organizational rights, the rule of law, and personal autonomy and individual rights. Now, for the second question in this chapter, it says, as the chapter discusses, differences in political, economic, and legal systems have considerable impact on the benefits, costs, and risks of doing business in various countries. The World Bank's doing business indicators measure the extent of business regulation in countries around the world. Compare Brazil, Ghana, India, New Zealand, and the United States, Sweden, and Turkey in terms of how easily contracts are enforced, how property can be registered, and how investors can be protected. Identify in which area you see the greatest variation from one country to the next. So, for the doing business indicators, these indicators showcase the laws and measures that a business unit has to follow before establishing in a particular region. And then data must be gathered about various indicators to compare and select the best possible business regulation environments. Doing measures. This is detail index provided by the World Bank every year for 189 countries, and these indicators are well used to analyze economic outcomes and identify reforms and regulation of business that have worked significantly in those areas. Now, the enforcement of contracts, talking about the enforcement of contracts, these indicators include judicial process index. In other words, if the business unit faces, let's say, commercial disputes, the time and cost of to the company has to bear in order to resolve the issue. Then the variation in different areas. This variation occurs in measuring complexity and cost of regulatory processes, which varies from country to country, as it can be expected. The cost of regulatory processes includes things such as commencing business, construction permits, taxes, trading and registration properties. So a couple of things are important to be focused on before making a contract across countries, or investing in another country. Could be if the businessman keeps an affiliation with suppliers in any other region, make them part of the contract. That is a good that's a good advice. Provide all necessary clauses in the deeds. I mean, just make sure you have um, all the information you need, all the regulations, all the policies before you make the decisions. And then protecting the investor is considered to be the toughest task for the business unit, as the risk factors in terms of internal and external environments can be different. Thank you.